Hi guys, what's going on? Quick one on the progress of the bathroom. So we started with these cheek boards, and they're pre-finished. It's called Kumra, and it's teak. And what happens is it's got a satin finish to it, so we got a special blade because that finish is pretty crazy, and what happens is it just dulls out your carbide. So this is a special blade made for flooring. Most of your cuttings with the chop saw, there's a couple of rips maybe you got to do here and there, but for the most part it's a chop saw deal. And you know, all the hues are pretty close, all the colors are pretty close, so we're just randomly selecting board sizes. We like to try to get bigger pieces along the perimeter in case there's any little imperfections in the walls. It kind of straightens itself out. But if anyone's trying to do this stuff, you know, one thing that's real important when you try to start going around the room, because we're doing this mitered pattern. Let me see if I can put the light on for you. We're doing a mitered pattern, and it's important that when you come around, you're coming around 90. You're gonna be playing with your cuts all over the place. So basically, we just go around the room and spin around the room until we come right to the middle. But that's what that looks like to start. That's how it looks. I don't know if the light's in your way. Coming into the window, like we were talking about, and then we'll run the teak down the sides of the window opening, and that gets teak up to that height there, and then it turns to marble. So anyways, we're using a urethane adhesive on the back of the boards, and then we're driving them in with the flooring nail gun. One thing with those boards are sometimes they're not perfect, and then if there's a little bit of bowing or anything going on and you don't drive them in with this type of a nail gun, your joints won't tighten up for you. You'll have gaps between the boards, so you got to drive them in with the nailing. The pneumatic one works good, and you know, because you're working above your head. I can show you. Then we use the finished nailer, and we use a 15. That's a 15 gauge finished nail, and that's what those look like. These are a little long. We had some left over from another thing we were using, but you know, 1 3/4 is plenty long enough. And that's an 18 gauge nailer, and that has 1 3/4 nails that go with that. They're cleats. Anyways, we got these blocks here to keep us up in the back, but we use the finish nailer to come and nail the first board, because the first board you can't use your flooring nailer on. The base is too wide. But anyways, that's how we got to start here. So just sharing that with you if anyone's checking in on us. We started our wood. So anyways, I could just show you quick how this works. It just works like a floor, except you're upside down. So let me put you over here. You'll probably be able to see me. Sorry. Probably be able to see me right there. Yeah. Yeah, so you can. I'll show you with the nailer. This thing here, you take your time with too, because if you're not queued up properly, what happens is the nail will come right through the face of your floorboard. So, but I got a couple nails here. I'll just put one in to show you. But this goes in upside down, and then you cue yourself up upside down where you belong, and you hold the nail gun where it belongs there. There's your nail. So when the nail goes in, it's driving any cup out of your board. So if you're going to be trying to do this,
you know, I wouldn't try to use a finished nail gun and just tack it up there or whatever. You got to drive it. So this gun drives it. It keeps the boards tight to each other. Then once the glue, once the once that urethane adhesive sets up, it locks it in place. Anyways, and then we just come along and drive a screw up on an angle to keep it flat up against the back, because there's nothing there, and that's being glued up, so when we go to do the walls, we can come up and meet it pretty clean. Alright guys, just sharing a teak on the walls, teak on the ceiling deal. We'll make a couple as we go. You can see what it looks like, but at least you can see the technique we use to get it up there. Then whenever we feel like we need to put some clamping, we make our springboards. So you can make these at any width that you want. It's made out of ledger board, and the narrower you get, the more spring it has. But that's just holding that up there along that inside ceiling, because we're not face nailing any of this. You're not going to see no nails anywhere. So the adhesive's doing the work in the back, and the finish nail, it did the tongue in the front. Then the next one comes with the flooring nailer, the cleats. Alright you guys, that's it. Just the beginnings of the teak. We'll post as we go. Till the next one.